To this computer. We are recording and you are on.
All right, well, to be honest, I totally forgot we were speaking until I was pulling into the parking lot this morning. 2 weeks off from meetings and having a holiday in between. But I will just keep this to the point. I was born in a very small town. The year that I was born, the town that I grew up in had a population of 1665. So not a very big town, which is where I spent 26 years of my life until I moved here to North Carolina in 2007. My sister and I did 4-H, so I have pigs and cows and horses, and we had a very mini farm and lots of farm cats and dogs. And so we did 4-H for probably, I think it was about 8 years. I played softball. I had played Little League softball during the summer. In high school, I played volleyball for 3 years. And then in the summertime, after I graduated high school, I played 2 years of competitive sand volleyball 4-on-4. The second year that we played, we took the championship that year. I have been skydiving 3 times. I have been parasailing and scuba diving in Jamaica. I've been to Wales. I've been to China, walked on the Great Wall, went to Tiananmen Square. What else? I moved here in 2007. Moved down here to go to Bible school. Did that for a little while, and then that's how I met Dean. Ended up getting hired here in 2008. What's the other highlight that I had? Darn, there was something really cool. But anyway, I guess if I think about it. But that kind of sums it up. I like to travel. Obviously, as you can tell, where I've been around. Hopefully going skydiving again this year. So that would be skydiving opportunity number 4. Yeah, there you go.
Anybody have any for Kendrae?
I see Megan smile. No, I will not go bungee jumping. Just in case anybody wanted to ask that question.
Now, how can bungee jumping be any worse than skydiving?
I have no idea. My dad asked me the same question, but the idea, I don't know, about a rope attached to my feet pulling me back upwards doesn't thrill me, but my dad always says if the parachute doesn't open, you're going to have the same result, which is true, but... And that was the other thing. I have done heating and air conditioning for 8+ years with my dad, so not too many girls can say that, but that I have done as well. So here we go.
All right. Nobody with any questions?
Do it. Okay, doesn't your mom want to go skydiving?
Say that again?
Okay. I asked Megan, doesn't her mom want to go skydiving?
Yeah, she'll go with you, Kendrae.
There you go. There we go. Found your match. There we go.
Anybody else want to go skydiving with Kendra?
My goal is to skydive in every month. I've accomplished 3 months. I have 9 more months to go. So before I die, my goal is to say that I have been skydiving once in every month. So.
That could be pretty cold in January, December, and February.
It doesn't necessarily have to be in the United States.
Gotcha. I was going to say, head to Arizona during the winter months. It'll be a little bit warmer for you.
Yes. And I've been whitewater rafting in Colorado.
All right. Sir Joshua, you are up.
So I was born June 21st, 1996 here in Charlotte. Grew up here, was homeschooled. Donna likes to give me a lot of hard times about that. I grew up playing a lot of sports, played baseball for about 8 years, then switched to tennis my freshman year of high school. Ended up playing for the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, where I just graduated. Going to PT school in January at Winston-Salem State, and love traveling. Been to I think 9 or 10 different countries. Been to Alaska. That was really cool. Yeah, that's kind of about it. Love traveling, love playing sports.
What 10 countries have you been to?
Scotland, England, France, Spain, Italy, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, St. Martin, Canada.
Awesome. So why were you, just out of curiosity, why were you homeschooled? I won't give you a hard time about it because both my boys were homeschooled. So
I believe my parents just wanted to impact our curriculum and kind of how we were raised and have more relationship with us than sending us to school every day. And it actually kind of worked out with athletics and having a little bit more flexibility with that.
cool. How many siblings you have?
Older brother, younger sister.
All you guys were homeschooled?
Yes, they just put my sister in school this past year, so she's a rising junior in high school now.
Very cool. Back when I was in school, there was no such thing as a rising freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. You're at the end of the year, you either were or you weren't. So
I guess she's a junior.
yeah, no, that's okay. I wasn't knocking you. I'm like, I've heard that said so many times. I'm going, I had no idea what that meant until the first couple times I just said, what do you mean a rising junior? Well, I just got out of my sophomore year. I go, okay, gotcha. So all the terminology. You're born in 1996. Thanks, man. You make me feel old.
Sorry.
That's all right. Any questions for Josh? Anyone? All right. Any questions for me before we sign off? Any questions, Brooke, Jen, or Donna on the, did you guys get any emails yet from either Jerry or Todd?
I didn't know.
Okay. I will make sure that they get your names. I sent them your names and your emails already to be signed in. And this is sort of their first class that they're ever doing, but it's also probably about 1/4 the cost because eventually it's going to be per person. But they said, because of my relationship with them, they said, we will do all your staff for X amount. And I was like, we can do that. It turns out to be about $300 a person average. So what they're hoping to do is to create a program for initially for PTs across the country. And then Jerry's big vision is to do it for all medical personnel, just because his whole life has been dedicated around the patient experience and what does that mean and how can you map it out from the first contact to discharge in your clinic, and then what do you do for follow-up to continue the patient experience? Because he's been reading studies, doing studies, and performing lots of research on what is it that keeps clients consistent and following through with their plans of care. And he has found, and he'll probably let you guys know, that he thinks the most important person and the most important contact in any PT business, more than the owner, more than a PT, more than anything else, front office person, because they set the tone and they set the standard for what the client is going to experience with that clinic on the first phone call that they make. So that's his passion, and we've already gone through a couple calls with him, and I still am working on the script and going to get back with him, so we'll still have some individual calls with him and some role playing with him. And one thing I am looking to doing is trying to find a HIPAA compliant recording ability for all our calls that come in so that we can listen, we can learn, and we can grow from questions, from the way we respond to people. How can we improve our system? So just to know that that's in the works too. I'm also looking to possibly start doing the workshops online for the clinics, like I've been doing for sciatica relief now.net that I started about 3 weeks ago. So I actually had 55 people registered for a workshop, this webinar this past weekend, and I had 23 people show up, 22 people show up on it. So I'm wondering if that's a way that we can start doing the workshops, although I love the more personableness of it being in person. But I'm just wondering if we can capture more people and if more people would be more apt to doing something online than having to travel for it. So I'm looking at all possibilities, all ways to continue to try to build things. So if you guys have any questions, any creative thoughts? Because I am not, I know I am not the most creative person in the world, but trying to do my research, trying to do everything I possibly can to keep things flowing as simply and easily and consistently as possible. So I'm open to all and every ideas and thoughts. So feel free to email or shoot me a text or inbox me or whatever you can do if you have a thought that you go, hey, this may be beneficial if you haven't thought about it. So anybody have any questions, thoughts, ideas, anything you want to say before we sign off? All right, and next week, I think what we're going to do is we're going to start going through the patient experience and going through how the first phone call, second phone call, and everything works so that everybody has an idea of what people go through before they come in so we can all be on the same page. And I'm still trying to map it out from the way people hear about us from marketing to those who just sort of look us up on Google. And starting to get some leads directly from the website. We got a discovery visit coming in tomorrow morning for Matt. I've been making a lot of the follow-up phone calls so far just to know how it goes so that I can help you guys when that time comes for me to turn it over to you guys. This gentleman just looked us up online. He sneezed about 3 weeks ago, had some pain in his back. It's starting to progress into his leg, his butt and his leg. He stands up and walks around after being seated for a prolonged period of time. He actually looked us up online, requested a free back report. I called him this morning and offered him a free discovery visit. And he said, yeah, I definitely need it because I want to nip this in the butt, so to speak, before it all gets worse. So he's coming in to see Matt tomorrow morning. And typically on those discovery visit phone calls and the first phone calls, I don't do TMR with people. So Matt, I didn't do any TMR with him. But I occasionally do, so I will let you guys know if I have done it. So any questions, thoughts, ideas, or nothing? It's totally fine. I will let you guys go to have your huddle ups.